I had one song that was my favorite song out of all his songs so far, and it was
So
before
it was
his
like
album.
a remix.
Yeah, it was before his album came out. But I get to like, dude. When I tell you this is like my favorite song of all, like for a little
real?
bit, like for a period of time, like it was my actual favorite song out of every artist I listened to. And yeah, he's let me get on the remix of it. Bro.
Now, don't take this the wrong way, but I know every artist, you know, they say, I'm just a human. I'm just a regular person. Treat me as a regular person.
Yeah.
But then you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not to put someone on a pedestal or idol somebody or something like that.
Yeah.
But I see Aquila like I see Aquila as a star, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'd be starstruck. Like I'm excited for,
Yeah.
you know, and then for me it's like Kaz gets this. You have your own space and your own limelight, but get to say that you open for Aquila.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's sick, yeah, and then it's cool. But to me, what I think that is, and I think, yeah,
We are back, y'all.
I think it's partly that, but I think what's crazy is people don't realize how much the image that they portray has to do with how people look at him. Aquila's good at making himself look like a rock star and doing what, you know what I mean?
That's definitely probably it then.
Even when you meet him, the way he portrays himself.
Dude, thank you so much.
You know what I mean?
Dang, Justin, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, for his hot Cheeto fingers?
For my hot Cheeto fingers, bro.
That a way to save the
Thank you
equipment.
so- yeah, you saw. For real. They're gonna, yeah.
You seen them videos?
I had, man. I did the one with Cade, and I was drinking I had ice in it a lot.
You can hear it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those
the
satisfying, odd,
ASMR?
satisfying. Yeah. Anyway,
Y'all good?
yeah, we're good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
We're great.
We are back. If you're joining us again, we had a little bit tech stuff. Justin shut it down, rebooted it. We just continued the conversation. Right now, we're talking about or discussing the way people portray themselves, because I said that I look treat, I would say, Aquila as a star already.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of,
That was my next question.
yeah, respecting time. I hate to say, but you do. If you met somebody, let's just say famous,
Yeah.
you probably are gonna treat them different.
Yeah. I would
Like,
would agree. It just
the way you
depends on
greet
who
them,
it is, obviously.
The way you greet them, the salutations,
Yeah.
the things are gonna be different, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're like, "What's up, motherfucker?" You know, like
Yeah.
you might, but
It just depends too, because I feel like as you get more familiar with being, I think once you break the ice with that and you're around somebody like that,
yeah,
it's like not that big of a deal anymore. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like I even know this lady I worked with at Buckle. Her name was Kara, and she grew up in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if it was Atlanta, but somewhere in Georgia. But over there, artists are everywhere. There's
Yeah, that's
T.I.,
true.
you know, is walking around. You know what I mean? Like, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So she's met so many people now that she'll just bring up a conversation about this guy and talk about him like he's
kinda
a friend.
yeah, yeah.
But and she's not like, yeah, I was flipping out. Like, you know, like, and
That's
you hear
true.
like some people that are like that. But she's just like, no, I mean, it's normal over there. And I think that's how just, I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
I'll explain it. I guess a different way. It's kind of like what's happening with Carla is because she's local, people are still approaching her. I'm gonna use the word again, as a local artist, when really she's a famous artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to her and you think you're gonna get a feature for $200, I mean, I think that's disrespectful. Like, at a certain level.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you go look at anybody who's got a similar following, automatically you have a number associated with what that feature is going to be or whatever else, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like you're just easily like, you know, somebody else who's not on that level.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by it. Like, there's a different level of respect when somebody reaches a certain point, just because, not that they're unreachable, but because, You know what I'm saying? Like just because.
I mean, it just depends on who the person is, though, too. To be honest, because I would agree, and even then, I think 200 is probably too low, definitely. But the demographics are super different too. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I heard, which I guess because the following, I guess, is
that's what I'm saying.
Right?
If you say, because we know that her fan base here, well, I'm just gonna use her because, anyway, anybody.
Yeah.
If you say in their hometown that their fan base isn't big, and that's the reason that you think their fee should be lower, I just think you're ignorant about what's happening, because the 700 and the 300, almost 1 million followers that she has on every platform.
Yeah.
Again, look at somebody else with that.
It's really the following. You know what I mean? But as far as like the actual, that's why you have to. But then again, like you don't need to go for that feature if that's not the type of music that you make. Because that's the thing that I'm getting at is she makes a very different type of music than like somebody like Summer Walker, for example.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but okay.
And it's or like somebody that's just like Drake.
Right? Yeah, I get the. You know
what I mean? Like somebody who has 1 million followers and they are. I feel like, I just feel like it's more matured. And I think Carla makes really good music. I'm not knocking her in any way, shape, or form. But when I hear like somebody like Drake, and I don't know why I think that's more matured, but just maybe actually age matured type thing.
Maybe we can move into the whole conversation we had over there before starting. Is from a business standpoint, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think that whenever you're almost at 1 million followers, like you deserve to be paid accordingly. I would agree with that.
I mean, even just Instagram numbers, it's $1,000 for a post for every 100,000 followers.
Yeah. It's a what? Say that one.
$1,000 for every 100,000 followers
on a post
on Instagram. Yeah.
Really?
So if you have 500,000, you could ask for $5,000 to post something
from Instagram.
From anybody. So if somebody's you're
talking about like if it to promote it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a going rate.
And that's what the industry standard.
That's what the industry standard. That's why like Kylie Jenner's the highest paid Instagrammer because she gets what was it $3 million a post or something ridiculous.
But she is posting other people's stuff. So like this would be like
so like Fashion Nova,
like ad revenue type stuff.
Exactly. So like Fashion Nova.
That's how YouTube works.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really know much about, but.
Yeah.
So to know that, like from a business standpoint, and the very little that I know, that's what I mean. Like when I get around Aquila, you know, it's like at that point you probably have an assistant, you probably have a manager. Like let's break it down. You know what I'm saying? You probably have a promoter. You probably so the conversation feels like it has to be brief or it has to, you know, unless they invite you in, like what you're talking about. And then you're part of, you know. So
what would you say, what about Aquila gives you that? Just to discuss.
Energy.
Because I feel the same way. I think Aquila, I believe in him enough to alone, just even if he didn't have what he had, that I know he's a star.
Well, his energy and then his album. I can't stop listening to it. Man. Yeah. And that's not normal music that I listen to.
Yeah.
And as I keep listening to it, and the more I get to know like you guys, the more I get to know JS Studios and Jeremy and Justin. You know that early on, like big stars, whatever you want to call it, they had to have known where it was going. Yeah. How big it was gonna get. Like at some point, that threshold is passed, and it's no longer a guessing game.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I see Aquila. It's like when I first met them 3 months ago or stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, you know, sweet, right? And now the 3 months has gone by, and I feel like that threshold is gone. Like even especially like his growth game on Spotify.
Yeah, it's
past that threshold point, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
oh shit,
yeah,
you know.
I think it's like.
And like I just feel honored, if that makes sense. Like to be around him, to know him, to get to know him, to go to his first show, you know, things like that. Like, oh man, we're gonna be able to say, I've never been able to do this, but I'm gonna be able to say, you know, the whole I've been, you know, not really been there day one, but almost then, you know what I'm saying? Like just this year type stuff. So it's cool to have, feels good to have that, I guess.
Mhm.
Now I get this. Now I know what people are saying. Now I know what people feel when they make those statements. I
Yeah.
never understood why that was like. You see it in all the YouTube comments. I've been here since day one. Right?
Yeah.
Like a diehard fan. Like
'Cause
I'm a
it's
fan.
No, yeah, I mean, that's how I feel with this guy. Have you heard of a guy named J.I. Prince of New York?
Oh yeah, man.
That's like one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he's super young, but I've like since he first started putting out music, he's been one of my favorite
I
artists.
think I just came across him in January.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
Just
he's
barely.
dope, dude. He was on the Rap Game. Have you seen that TV show?
I really like his no. See,
Yeah.
I don't know about that far. I really like his singing.
Yeah.
Like the what he sings about.
Yeah. It's always heartbroken
It's
stuff.
not. It's always heartbroken stuff,
Yeah.
man. And to have his image to
Yeah.
to sing like that. Not to say I'm kind of prejudging, but I thought he was gonna be a rapper more than that.
Singing.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
I think yeah. But back to the Aquila thing, I think what one thing because when we just had that conversation with him, did you hear how he said we're gonna sell 300 tickets or
Mhm.
whatever?
Yeah.
It's that simple. That's all it is. With the team that I have, me, Leo, Big Boy NASA, Sierra, and even just Migs, even Aquila, whoever. Now this team, you know what I mean?
Shout out.
One of the
Migs.
things that we've always done, and
Mhm.
I didn't even notice it until Leo called it out the other day, but I don't say, yeah, man, well, if we end up getting this show, or if we end up putting this song out, or if we end up getting a cool
Leo's
music
on that
video.
Bob Proctor stuff. That's why.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize
stuff's real, man.
that I did that. But one thing that I always do is I just say straight up, like, yeah, man, whenever I'm in Miami or sitting in the sand, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think to say,
Should I say this?
maybe
or
one day,
does
like
it-
if I'm in Miami and like maybe I'll get the opportunity. It's like, nah, bro, when I'm in Miami and I get the opportunity to open, whatever. It's like you just say it like it happened, or like it's promised,
Sure.
because it will be, as long as you have that mindset. But the moment that you're like, oh man, I don't know if I can make this song, or you go home and you sit down, you're ready to produce and make a beat and an entire song from scratch, but you're like, man, like it's gonna be hard to top that. It's gonna be hard to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You already lost that quick. And it's the same thing in the big picture
For sure.
of your career. You know what I mean? Right now, like I could be weak-minded and be like, man, like it's hard to do this, man. There are a lot of artists that have failed. Like that's it, just like that, bro.
Well, I think there's a
You know what I mean?
there's a line, if you care what people think, there's a line where people see you as the confident arrogance thing. And I'll say it again, the future is designed. Like, I don't know how else, what other words to use that.
Yeah.
And as human beings, I'm really big on this, man. As human beings, we have to understand how we create our reality
Yeah.
to be able to manifest the things we want to manifest.
Mhm.
And language is a big part of the way we create our reality. Aquila's the one that, told me a couple of weeks ago, and I rarely have these conversations, so I was glad to have it with him, or probably 4 weeks ago. And he made a statement about momentum being difficult. And I was like, well, not for me. And I'm just like, and he's like,
Yeah.
dude, he's like, you're right. He's like, everything you told us in that first conversation, you did, and it's happening. Because I said, like what you're saying, I said it in the first convo. I'm going to get the artist, and we're going to have it every week. We're going to do this. This is going to happen. This is probably going to happen. This is probably going to happen. And that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
So if using language to be able to, I hate to say it like this, but, not so woo-woo, but speak stuff into existence is real, man,
No, it is. It's like,
you got to remind yourself what you're going after.
It's crazy though, because we were just I go to Bible study every Tuesday. I go to Bible
Sweet,
study
man.
For Stonegate, but we were just there on Tuesday, and the whole thing was about. Well, let me just this one specific verse that was in there. It basically said, I'm not gonna quote it word for word, but I'm gonna tell you what it said. It basically said, like, we can tame every beast, all these huge animals, huge beasts, but we can't tame our tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's crazy. And when I saw that, I was like, man, that's just like, and it's crazy because it's true.
Yeah,
like,
the power
it's
of
so
life and
easy
death.
to just, and even if you're 99.9% of the time you say what you want to say and you're this, eventually something's going to slip out. You know what I mean? Every time. And it's like, it's so hard to just control. and just like
the whole self-control.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, I think that maybe that's why they have that statement about it takes 20 years to build up a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it.
That's crazy.
Which I don't really like. I don't really like that statement. I don't really agree with it, because that means that you conditionally, I don't want to say loved, but you conditionally associated with loved that person or whatever. So you're telling me that in one moment, 20 years, this person's been, has got this huge buildup, of good, and this one moment. Of course, if it was something, horrific.
I feel like that's talking about like a celebrity. I don't take that at all like a personal relationship. I feel like that's somebody that has a relationship with.
Oh, I see
people.
what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
See what
like
you're saying.
Like Kanye, for example. And he didn't lose everything, but people are like.
Yeah, probably. Well, what's happening right now a lot with the election a lot of people speaking up, and then bam, just overnight. I see it with Chingo Bling. That's why I shared that.
Yeah.
I think he lost like 50,000 followers in 30 minutes or something.
See, I feel like is more what that's talking about.
That's what he's talking about. Okay, I can see that.
I would take it in that perspective naturally, but the way that you were taking it,
I
could see how you mean that. Like if it's somebody that's your person, like a family member or like a best friend, like your entire life, like.
Yeah, and that's probably why I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't agree with it, just because I feel like it's conditional.
Mm-hmm.
But no, going back to the power of life and death, with the words we use. That's why it hurts so bad when that one person says that one thing to us.
Yeah.
It's almost like a death blow.
Yeah.
Which is something I hope we would get into. So I'm going to bring it up. Since you mentioned the Bible and the Bible study, is the word also describes about sowing discord. And if I have a conversation with someone about you and you're not in the room,
mm-hmm.
For me, those are sowing seeds of discord.
Yeah.
And that's not about unity. That's about division. You know what I'm saying? And so with our mouths, we're causing death to the potential relationship or to the relationship of individuals in the community by having a conversation with someone that's not even about somebody that's not even there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
very true. Yeah.
And it happens a lot,
all the time.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes when somebody comes to me about something, it's like, well, why don't you just call them up? Like, don't have the conversation with me. Have the conversation with them. Yeah, like I posted something the other day, and some random person replied back. I don't know where they're from, but they're saying, "Oh man, those guys are trash and they're clowns or this and that." I didn't even respond because I'm like, "Why are you telling me?"
Well, yeah.
Why don't you tell them then, Mr. Big Shot? Like,
and that's what, that's what we were telling. I was just talking to, I think, Jeremy about it. Just when someone calls somebody out, I just think that's so dumb. Or like if they tell them like, yeah, this person's trash, like exactly like that. Like, I feel like naturally the thing to do is tell them why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to get out of just telling somebody that, like, oh, you suck at what you do, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leave it at that, or I could be like, yo, you suck at what you do, but this is what I think you could do better that could make it better. And you don't have to say it in those harsh words like that, but
the intent behind it. Yeah, I was gonna ask that because you guys mentioned that last night, which I hope we talk about with the reviews, artist reviews. You guys prefaced it with that, like, hey, we're not just gonna tell you that you're trash, or I think you guys probably said we're not even going to tell you that, but we are going to critique you. We are going to things like that.
Exactly.
And I kind of want to delve into that a little bit, like as to why you guys felt that you had to say that, because all of the reviews and the reactions that I've seen haven't been like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're usually somebody critiquing, or it's not usually a teardown of the artist, unless it, like, I had the ones that I've seen, and I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
And whether that was like contextual, meaning because of the environment, the 432 area, because that's one thing. Hopefully, we talk about again as well. Is we've had enough artists on here to be able to observe the consciousness of the artists
like
out
where
here,
where people's heads are at.
Where people's heads are, exactly. And that's probably why I probably felt y'all needed to say that. Like, hey, we're not gonna be this type.
Well, there's not the problem with here, and I personally, I mean, honestly, like I think there's potential here, but I think it needs a lot of work with a lot of the artists, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's not that they can't do it. It's just it takes a little more practice than what I feel like people apply most of the time. And the people that I have been around, I've seen them, like, and I see where they're at now, and it's not because like they just made a song every now and then and like
it's not a miracle.
Went and partied all night, and then the next day they wake up and they're like, maybe I should make a song, but nah, you know what I mean? And then like later that week they're like, oh bro, I made a song, you know what I mean? Like it's just that first of all, there's not a lot. I feel like I don't know personally, but what I do know, I feel like a lot of people work really hard in jobs and things like that because maybe they don't even believe that it's like really believe that it's a reality. And I think it's important, you know, like if you have a family, obviously you got to support your family, you got to support whatever, you know, whatever the case is. But at the same time, like it's exhausting, but I think it is possible to work on music as much as you work your job. You know what I mean? And
for sure, I see what you're saying.
But that's what I see personally. I just see a lot of super underdeveloped artists here.
Oh no, that's a fact for sure. Well, because of, I would say because of environment.
Yeah, which
like what you're saying in Atlanta, LA, things like that.
Yeah,
it's kind of natural to be an artist.
Well,
more natural.
Yeah,
I would
and
say.
It's not even just that, but what it is here, big time too, is that everybody wants to just be better than each other. It has nothing to do with growing each other. Like if you go to Houston, everybody in Houston wears Travis Scott merch because his festival was in town. Like I was there for his festival, and I no lie, every single person in the mall, every store we went to was playing Travis Scott in the speakers. We went to a diner the next day, Travis Scott was on. Like just that. And
that's a good statement.
But at the same time, you got to give somebody something to support. You know what I mean? It's just not just like, I'm an artist. You know, I rap. Y'all come support me. My mixing is terrible. My mastering is terrible. I can't stay on beat. But hey, look, support me, bro. Trust me. One day, trust me. Support. That's why, like, I don't get mad at people who didn't support me when I started making music.
Yeah.
But I noticed them when they start supporting me.
That's also why I feel the opposite. I mean, I'm with you about giving people, you know, I guess they would call it constructive criticism. And though I'm also an advocate of intruding on people's lives when they're about to hop off a cliff. Like, hey, bro, I know you like hip hop and rap, and you know you like the space, and you're trying to rap, but you're not a rapper, and you're spending $5,000 on your own album. Yeah. And not to say that you are trash, but you are trash. Why don't you spend that $5,000
on somebody else?
Become a CEO or something else and spend it on somebody else. I'm an advocate for that. And I think that conversation needs to happen more out here.
Yeah, it's hard to acknowledge that within yourself too, though, man. Because like,
because you want to be,
and I almost want to believe like I don't even want to. I think honestly, I personally think that the experiences that you've had, that's why it's hard for me to talk about that situation because I feel like it was like I was destined to be where I am. And I've been shown a lot of progress and I've been shown a lot of things. Yeah. So I can't speak on everybody else's experience or journey or walk that they've had because mine has been positive. I've like every time I need an opportunity to grow in music, it comes to me. I've always had the right, and I don't know if I create them for myself or some people just actually don't get that stuff. Mm-hmm. But that's why it's hard for me to like enter somebody who really is not like figuring it out with their sound.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Because it's always worked for me.
Yeah, you have more grace.
And I figured it out. So that's why, like, I almost don't even feel right talking on somebody's situation.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't been as successful just because, like, I don't know.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's easy for me to be in this mindset of growing, of being so confident.
I'm an outsider for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's
I'm more of a critic. Yeah.
And that's why I feel like, too, a lot of the things that have happened have given me the mindset to be the way that I am. And not everybody has those experiences that put them in that mindset.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's because I had that mindset and I got those experiences because I believed so much in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't start out making good music or, you know, having a music video or a team like this or a place like this that supported me. You know what I mean? So like to an extent, I had to get myself going a little bit.
But would you agree then or disagree that you have enough of an ear though to be able to see the writing on the wall, to be able to see that it's not going to be what they hope for?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Like we
at the
can't.
same
we're not
time-
naive, man. And we're
yeah,
thinking,
no.
because we again, American Idol, The Voice. We've seen so much. It's in our psyche.
Yeah.
We know what's not gonna pop.
Yeah. This is what and what I will do, and what I will never do, is tell somebody that though. I will never limit somebody. I will never tell somebody like, nah, bro. You know, if it's somebody else's job and they feel like they need to tell somebody,
Yeah.
but me personally,
Yeah, unless I was
because-
paid, I wouldn't tell somebody.
yeah, bro.
I mean,
and it. Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
does that make sense?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now, like, because we talked about that earlier.
we talked about earlier.
But what I'm
exactly.
talking about is like, I don't care because I believe anybody's capable of anything. I'm gonna be honest, unless you're like physically disabled, right? Like obviously that's a different thing. But I think that if you work really hard for something, and that's the difference. It's not you can't do it. It's you didn't work hard enough to get it. And that doesn't mean that you're even capable of working that hard. Because maybe you do have things in your life that are holding you back. But acknowledging that maybe I think is important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
But I'll never limit somebody because I love creativity.
Man, I love this conversation. We're trying to understand each other. My approach with that is that when I'm talking about someone who maybe shouldn't continue to pursue, and maybe should redirect their time, energy, and resources, is because I see that they're trying to have, they have an idea of the fruit they want to create in the next 2 to 3 years, and they think it's going to come, and they want it to come from them.
Yeah.
But it's not going to come from them.
But see,
because it might take 10 to 15 years if it's going to come from them.
But see, and my thing is though, unless you can read the future, there's not really any way of determining anybody's future. You know what I mean?
Well,
because maybe it's something that they like. From my experience,
that's of course with anything.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So that's why I feel like it's personally not your place or my place to tell somebody that they can't be that.
And though, there's a difference between, I believe there's a difference between wisdom and impatience.
Yeah.
Wisdom will get you out of a toxic relationship. Impatience will say it might get better.
That's impatience?
I mean patience. I'm
okay,
sorry.
Patience. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you might leave a relationship early.
Yeah.
And somebody might say, well, you're just impatient. You don't understand relationships. But wisdom will say,
you just have to.
You don't need to spend 10 years with somebody to know that they're toxic.
Yeah. I mean, that's
you see
true.
What I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think.
And I think that exists.
I just don't know how you think that correlates with music, though?
I think that exists. A form of that exists in everything.
Yeah.
I don't need to stick around somewhere that I already see signs of
failure.
Failure. Things aren't work. Especially if you're again health. We're talking about healthy and unhealthy. So I'm not going to continue. For example, I won't continue with an organization if I can see that at the leadership level. You probably understand a little bit more of this because you worked at the Buckle with Mike. On a leadership level, if I notice that the leader has certain toxic traits, and I already understand that in order to get over that toxic trait, these certain things need to exist.
Yeah.
So meaning it's probably going to be impossible for that person to quote unquote adjust their behavior so that it becomes a healthy, then I'm out. It doesn't mean that I'm not patient. It doesn't mean that I don't love the person. It doesn't mean that. It just means I have enough wisdom to foresee what's going to continue to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about if I see. Again, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the reason that I still stay strong-minded is just because like I've seen things happen like quick.
Yeah.
That I didn't think would happen. Like I've heard an artist before that I thought was terrible.
I don't. Oh, really? Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I thought they were terrible, and then I hear them now, and because of what they've done, like a year later, I believe in that person. You know what I mean? But I never told them I didn't to begin with, and maybe I did even. I always just give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna believe in you regardless. Like, I've heard producers that I didn't like, but I don't tell them. It's just like
that's sort of what's happening within the loop. A lot of y'all coming on are in the beginning or early stages, I would say.
Yeah.
Of your career as an artist. So I'm definitely not gonna.
Yeah. No. But
because I don't think nobody I've had on I thought that this is theoretical.
Yeah.
because I've been in a different type of space and understand that for me, we probably have different leadership approaches is what this feels like.
Yeah.
You have your life experience, and that's why you filter the world through that and approach the world like that.
Exactly.
And I have my, again, which isn't saying that one is right or one is wrong.
Yeah.
It's saying you're saying what's right for you, and I'm saying what's right for me. And which is what's happening.
It's hard to understand that.
Which is what's hard with happening. Which is what's happening, on a large scale right now, just politically type stuff, But on that note, we just drug that out for a while.
Yeah.
But I think it's important.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we had that conversation. So that I would never tell anybody, because I've worked with a lot of younger people, I would say, what they should or should not be doing. I'm with you on that, and I've always said that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what God needs to take them to. I don't know the journey that they need to go through so that they can become the person God's trying to make them.
Exactly.
So, but if somebody comes to me and they're saying, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why my numbers ain't hitting. I'll have to put on a different hat.
But you don't have to tell them that they're a failure, though. You can critique them.
Oh, no, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I've done this. This is why I can't say this.
Yeah.
Is you're putting your time, energy, and resources on this one thing, and it's like hitting your head on the wall.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about.
So that's critiquing, though.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying redirect it. But so again, in the hip hop space, this is my way of getting into the hip hop space. I'm not trying to rap.
Yeah.
I did 10 years ago. And, that's not, and then I realized afterwards, like, damn, I spent all that money. I could have spent it on somebody else.
You figured it out.
Exactly.
Just like what maybe that person's going to turn into you. I need to use it. I'm going to go pee.
Okay,
like
my
bladder.
We're
gonna take older, bro. I'm gonna go pee for like 30 seconds.
We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna put some music on. Oh, that's funny, bro.
Play some J.I.
No, I'm not gonna put no J.I., man. We're gonna put this song again.
Girl, man, this day bugging.
Thanks for holding.
Real though. You know what? Let me call Kaz real quick. Let me see what he be doing. Hey, Kaz.
What's up, bro?
What you be doing?
I literally actually I have nothing to do. I'm actually just hanging out.
Bro, let's make something up tonight, bro. Hey, you think about pool party or what's up? What about the shawties too? What's up? Please, bro.
You're crazy, bro. I'm down.
Please.
If you haven't heard this, this is Kaz, C-A-S.
Bro, just pull up. We'll talk about it later.
Music video.
I'll handle the rest. All right.
Track is On Me, featuring Big Boy NASA.
Right here, cuz.
There you go. What up? We're playing it. Yeah, we're playing it, man. What's
Hey,
up,
y'all go see this shit for real.
Yeah, for real.
No,
We're at
numbers going
20.
up.
We're at 2,300 views. Let's get them numbers up. It should be at least 10,000. This was a hit, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
This was a hit. You know it. Filmed by Visual Pros. Y'all enjoy this while Kaz is using the restroom. Right there. Oh, we paused it. So, Big Boy's here. He's going to take over a little bit.
Yo, what's up?
You guys remember Big Boy NASA? We had him on, what was it, episode 16, I think? Something like that. We tried to talk Spanish.
Tratamos de hablar un poquito español, pero no trabajo.
No trabajo. It lasted 5 minutes, bro. And then I just started. I felt like you wanted to tell me or get back into it, but you didn't.
I was like, it's because we
What
were
I
hitting
hope-
some heavy stuff, bro.
I know we were, man.
We were hitting some heavy stuff.
I was thinking about it last week about it again. I felt like you were going to talk Spanish and I was just going to talk English, but it just turned out both of us talking Spanish, man.
Yeah. Yo, by the way, I'm sorry, Kaz. I took your podcast for a second.
But apparently, I mean, y'all are almost tied at the hip, all of y'all. There's like 5 or 6 of y'all.
Oh yeah, bro. We're close.
Do you guys work together as a team, even with like what's happening with music?
Oh yeah.
Like strategically, y'all have a plan and what's gonna happen. He kind of took over,
Yeah.
man.
I took over for like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right.
Yes,
Big Boy, thanks for filling in.
Yeah, we have our little collective. We're like,
Yeah. You guys strategize?
oh yes.
Oh,
we
man.
we talk to each other every day.
I want some of those convos. Y'all need to record those and put those.
Yeah,
when you're strategizing.
Like my way, real quick. My way to like keep us connected is that I am always trying to cook at my house.
I seen them, that, man.
I call
I've
them.
Seen that a lot.
I was like, come over to my house. Let's all eat. That way, like, honestly, we have ideas. We connect, and that like strong like. That is like our stronghold, just to be able to be with each other like that.
If you're watching this, you probably have your own way of bringing your team together, but that's definitely a good way.
Yeah, that's mine. I cook for them. We eat together all the time, and like that's how we just communicate.
To you, man.
He cooks cereal. He cooks hot pockets.
Hot pockets. Some tostitos.
I be seeing the food, man. I'm like, they're always eating,
bro.
And it's always y'all, man. So
I'm a good cook, man.
Let's go.
What's up?
You're trying to get points.
All right, bye, y'all.
Thank you so much, big boy. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's change gears, man. We were on that topic for a while. I guess, we needed it to happen. If you've joined us, thanks for joining us.
Can you see comments on that?
We're going to... Oh, man.
I was just curious. I just didn't know if there were any comments.
I don't know.
Let me get it on my YouTube, bro.
Yeah, get on there on YouTube, man. I guess I can get on with the Facebook. Because
Facebook usually probably
Facebook
has
is the
more,
livest. Yeah, Facebook has more, man. So let's talk about you got a lot that came on.
My bad.
There we go. Turn it down. Yep. You got a. Oh no. You just dropped this visual.
Correct.
You guys just went. Let's see. Oh yeah, boy. The Ty is always on, man. Shout out for the support, Ty. I appreciate it, man. Let's talk about these. The first reactions that you guys did last night, man.
First reactions?
The first review, the episode of it.
Oh. Let's talk about it.
What did you think about it?
I think it's just like anything. The same way that I baby stepped music is the same way we're gonna have to baby step starting something new in anything, whether it's a job, whether it's a podcast or that live thing. Like there were some mistakes, like obviously there were technical difficulties, things that we figured out immediately after. It wasn't perfect, but what it was is thinking something into existence and making it happen.
Exactly, man.
And that's all it was. I mean,
which is what In the Loop is, which is what I think, the conversation you had about the type of conversations to have.
Yeah.
The type of people to bring on so we can have those type of conversations is just remember that most things that launch have done market research. Okay. Franchises don't open and they hope that it's going to work. They've done their market research to understand that it's going to produce a certain level, right? So they open it because they know it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
What In the Loop was and is and was and what I feel the reviews are is what they call like a minimum viable product. Mm-hmm. So just like apps, they always have beta testing, right? And then they take the feedback and they adjust it.
Yeah.
That's one way. I call this a minimum viable business. When you launch a business and you don't really know what direction you want to go or which way it's going to go or things like that, and you're taking feedback and you're adjusting along the way, that's what In the Loop is. Yeah. So will it stay what it's been? Probably not, because I've got enough feedback where it could become, something it's going to grow into something else. Yeah. The same thing with the, with the reviews.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great added addition to those reviews already watching it is you fix them live. So if they need mixing and mastering, you go ahead and do it real quick and show them the difference, right? Type stuff. Or whatever the critique is, things like that. I think that would be really cool. Like for somebody to see their thing transform from what they submitted to what it can be, that'd be pretty live.
I think that's possible. I think it would just need to be like there's one episode a week where we do that, because that's like it was almost.
Oh, that's
hour.
like an hour. Yeah,
it was like almost an hour doing it the way we did it.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised y'all did
10 sitting down. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like 5 or something.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and I think that's the thing though, man. Is like personally me, I'm gonna be 100% honest right now, and people probably aren't gonna like me for it, but when I had that lineup and I saw Miggs was on there, I already knew who won. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you saying Miggs won?
I'm not saying he won, but based off of the quality of that song, because there was other things like fan interaction and things like that. Whatever Jeremy thought, whatever Justin thought, maybe they thought different.
Yeah.
But what I know is that coming into this, I know who the powerhouse is immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is like, why do I feel that way?
Well, see, okay, let's go back to our, the conversation we drew out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not because I'm crazy. You know?
No. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say wisdom. The only way I can say is we have an algorithm up here.
Yeah.
That's working all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that comes from. You just know.
It's just my deal with that is though, that's why I think it's crazy how I don't know if it's how the human brain works or what. But I remember even whenever I started music, I thought my music was good. I thought it was great. You get what I'm saying? So like when these people come in here and they make a song and or go wherever they go to make music or whatever, and I hear it and I'm sitting here thinking like, that's bad. But I know for a fact because I've been in that mindset that is good, bro. Like that is insane. I don't get how that works though, because I hear it and I'm like, dang, that's trash, that's terrible. But that person is like, I don't want to say fooled, but they're convinced. So
we're gonna touch on it and we won't stay on it too long.
Okay,
that's what I mean about. For me, then, if you don't say anything, this is my opinion, you're letting them walk off a cliff.
Yeah.
And what I see a lot, not just in the music industry, in a lot of life, is people patting people on their back off of the cliff.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I think leadership is an intrusion.
Yeah.
I have to intrude on your life to be able to make a difference and to be able to get your attention.
Yeah.
If you allowed me to do that. Yeah. I try not to do that unsolicited because we don't like unsolicited advice, right? Nobody does.
What I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
I think the only reason I didn't agree with you is because the way you said it first was like basically telling people that they don't have a career in that.
Oh yeah, no.
That's why I was like, no, I
definitely not.
I may have just misinterpreted that
for sure. Yeah,
but
well,
that's why I didn't
agree
with you. No, I think critiquing is important. I think it's important, even if it's harsh. You know, like maybe it takes you telling somebody that was trash for them to like reevaluate. Well, you can
you can love the person and not love what they produce.
Yeah.
So you can be like, hey man, I love you, bro, but man, look, I'm nobody. This is how I usually I'm nobody. You ain't gotta listen to me. I'm nothing. I ain't got no accolades that makes you be like, oh, here's my opinion.
But see, you gotta introduce it like that.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like even
not just walk up and tell somebody that.
That's like within the that's on the other side too. What foundation do I have then to tell somebody that they're great?
Yeah. I mean, your taste, I guess. Yeah, and I mean, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's why ultimately I think, yeah, bro. That's why you gotta.
That's why within the loop, it's just my opinion. The artist that I'm bringing on that's saying they have a shot, it's my one man's opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That happens to have an idea, like in the loop, that brings artists on and have a conversation, right? It different than the man on the side of the road that you don't know that may listen to your music and have an opinion on it. The thing is, I have a platform to say it, if that makes sense, right? So it may come across different than that guy over there. Yeah. So it may hold more weight because of the form it's being produced. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm wrong either. I think every artist that I've had on is either there or has the potential to grow into that, you know? What are the other things that we brought up over there we wanted to talk about? What are some, you said you had a lot to talk about. What are some things you wanted to bring up, man?
I mean, I don't know if there was anything in particular that I wanted to bring up. I just like,
so let's
I like to talk a lot.
Yeah, let's get into.
I have a lot of strong opinions on a lot of things.
Where were you born?
Here.
Midland, Texas?
Midland, Texas.
Okay. Born and raised then? Your whole life?
Years, yes, sir.
No way, man. Okay.
Well, I lived in Gardendale when I was younger, but that's still considered Midland.
So, what schools did you go to? Elementary, junior high, and high school?
Started at Scarborough. I went to Abel and then Lee, and then I did like a few semesters at Midland College.
Okay. How old are you?
20.
20. You worked at the Buckle.
Correct.
How long did you work there?
I worked in the mall for like.
Okay, in the mall.
For like since the day I turned 16.
Okay.
I was in the mall. I worked at PacSun. I worked at Route 21. I worked at Journeys. I worked at Journeys Kids. I worked at Buckle.
When did music start for you? Are you pursuing
About the
it?
Same time, like probably like around the time I turned 16 or so.
And what caused that switch?
What do you mean?
What made you say like
music?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this, or try something, or.
Well, whenever I was younger and I was in junior high, would you be surprised how much of an influence like That's why some kids don't even make it out of junior high. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean like suicide type thing. Like there are people that little that do stuff like that. And it's because when you're in school and when you're in junior high or when you're in high school, you are trapped, man. Like that mindset is like, that's all you know. And so that's exactly why I started music, because I was there. And
you were in that space?
No, like I wasn't depressed.
Okay.
No. I was in a space though where I wanted to make music. Like I had heard it and like I wanted to be cool to everybody.
Yeah.
So I just made a song.
Thanks for saying that.
And it was absolutely terrible. Like the worst thing I've probably ever heard. Worse
Where'd
than
you record it?
Worst. In my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I've always been the type of person to just figure it out. Like if I want to do something, it's gonna happen one way or another. And it might not be the best, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So this is me first starting, and I recorded this song, and it's back when SoundCloud was like everything. Like everybody was on SoundCloud. Like even artists were still being discovered
still on SoundCloud?
on SoundCloud. No, I doubt it.
Okay.
I've taken all that down. But I uploaded that song, and I remember going to school the next day, and like I had sent the link to somebody. I don't remember who, but it was now spread everywhere. And there was even a kid, I can't remember his name, but there was even a kid that like was talking about it and like pointing and laughing like from another table. Like it was that bad.
Man. Okay.
Yeah, dude, like the school, like everybody heard it. It was bad. Like it was just terrible. And like I made a fool of myself. But that's because I cared what everybody was thinking about me. You know what I mean? And I did it in the first place to be cool. So what happened there is like I'm the type of person where like I'll do something and it's not even necessarily to prove somebody else wrong, but to prove myself right that I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bet that.
So with that, man, I heard that and I heard that feedback, and I just to myself I was like, bro, you are better than that. I was like, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a lot better than that song was. You're gonna make something happen. And honestly, like I think that's really what, because at first what it was is to prove people wrong. I will agree, because I wanted to be cool, right? So I wanted to do something better at first than what that was, so I could like show people and be like, look, this is better, whatever.
Yeah.
But eventually what it turned into is just me loving the music. And like I've always loved music. Like when I was little, my biggest dream was to be on Step Up 2.
Oh,
one of the Step Up movies, because I loved moves. He was like my favorite dancer. So like I've always had rhythm in me. I just didn't really know in what way, because like I wasn't great at dancing, and I wasn't great at playing the drums, because I played the drums. I wasn't great at this or that, but whenever I finally like started practicing, I realized that I had a rhythm that a lot of people don't have. So when it comes to making drums and like producing drums, stuff like that, and like I wouldn't have this mindset if I hadn't been told this by people, or I hadn't proven wrong. Like every time I enter a competition with my music, I win first place. You know what I mean? It's happened 3 or 4 times already, and this is just in the last couple of months or whatever.
Okay.
And then just like there's certain things that lead me to be confident, and it's not because nobody's ever agreed with me. So like okay. And it's and I think that's what it is, man. I think you just have to kind of see the signs, and if you want to believe it, I'm gonna find every reason that I should.
Man, that's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good statement right there, man. I think you'll see the mindset of you either see obstacles or opportunities.
Exactly.
And then capitalize on them. You're gonna if you see an obstacle, you're gonna capitalize on the obstacle. What I mean by that is you're gonna use it as a reason or an excuse why something can't.
Exactly.
And then what I hear from you also is that you just fell in love with the process of becoming.
Yeah.
I don't know where we got the idea that whatever it is you want to create, that the first day it's gonna be 100.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
Once I realize that failure and sucking at something first was part of the process. Yeah, it's so much easier to start something.
Oh no, big time.
I mean, I've never done a podcast or had a type of whatever this is. It was just an idea. And we jump started it, and now here we are, right? 21 episodes in. So, if we can understand that type of feedback is just part of the process, it doesn't mean mean anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's how.
So you did that, and then would you record again? You recorded again?
Yeah, I've always,
was it months,
man.
years?
I lived in a house. I moved in with. So junior high, whenever I like made that first song, and then through high school.
Oh, that was junior high.
Yeah. Dude,
oh wow, man.
That was like 8th grade.
Nice.
So I guess I was not 16. I guess I was younger. That's what inspired me. And then I kind of whatever. And then I came back when I was like 16 and kind of started taking it a little more serious. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, when I was like a sophomore, maybe is whenever all that stuff started going down. Or you know what? I'm wrong. It started sophomore year when I was 16.
Okay.
Not junior high. I don't know.
Okay.
Where I just my brain's all over the place. So I pulled junior high out of somewhere.
That's cool, man.
But no, when I was 16, that's whenever all that happened. And then through high school, I did a little bit.
Okay.
And I remember like it wasn't good in high school. It doesn't like sophomore, junior, senior year. That's the time of growth, big time.
Yeah.
And even then, like still like, but you got to understand like that's a lot of work. 3 years, and it like that's when I was off and on. I'd say like that. That's when I was in the stage that some of these people are in, where you're like, yeah, like I want to be good, but like I don't want it that bad. Like I kind of just want to like do it just to whatever for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I turned 18, I moved out of my parents' house and I moved in with 3 friends, my best friends of all time. And in that house, I was hated. Because I had a studio in the dining room, and I would just make music all day, all night, bro. Yeah, no, I was exaggerating saying hated, but like obviously I was despised a little bit. They were like, gosh, man, like I'm sure they just wanted to sleep sometimes, and I was just blasting music like every day, every night. Like there are times where Eli would come over, and Eli's loud, dude. Like it doesn't matter what the situation is, like he has a loud voice, so he'd be like screaming, like laughing, and we'd all be having a good time, and like. There were a few times where they were like, the other roommates would come in and be like, dude, I told you to cut it off at 12 because I have to work at 6 in the morning. Like,
oh, man.
Please. Okay. And like, I would be like, dang, bro. So finally, whatever, that all ended. And that year went by, and I made music like every day, every night, all night.
So are you 7
hours.
Producing, right?
No, everything.
Producing,
but also being an artist.
Okay.
And like, I have that music. Like, I still have all that music. And so there's like a lot of potential. It's like, it's like ideas that weren't, what do you call that, premature idea, like songs that could have been like, that can be great still if I was to go back on them and be like, hey, I need to pull this in and redo it. The beats and everything were there, just me as an artist wasn't there yet.
Were you working at the time too? Obviously.
Yeah, I worked at that time I was working at PacSun.
Okay.
I worked at PacSun for like 2.5 years.
Okay. So it's only been recent then that you've been consistently producing. Yeah. And then you linked up with JS Studios.
And that's exactly why I have the mindset that I have. Because the moment that I told myself, like, all right, bro, it's time to just quit playing around, like, do it.
So how'd you link up with JS Studios?
Just completely. So actually, Emilio, which obviously like praying for opportunities, I think
I'm glad you said
that had put them in my path.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I really want something, and it's not only then, like whenever I'm grateful for things, I'm thankful and I'll pray about it, but praying for those opportunities because of how bad I wanted them, I feel like honestly has a big influence on putting them in front of me, because I didn't even meet Jeremy.
And I hope somebody picks that up and put it in their pocket, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because Platt had, I don't remember if he texted me or called me or what, but he told me, he was like, hey bro, somebody's building a studio in Odessa and they're only gonna be producing Spanish artists, Spanish bands, but it's like a crazy nice studio and they don't have anybody to do like engineer over there yet or anything. So he was like, I'm probably gonna go hit them up, like I'll be down there this weekend or whatever, I'm gonna hit them up and see like how I can get involved or something like that. And that's my first word of this place. I had no idea it was this. I thought it was just gonna be like what we have, like what everybody has down here, you know what I mean, like a little studio, like cool little whatever, and it wasn't gonna be anybody that I would even then would turn into family. You know what I mean? Because that's basically what it is now, is like, this is my family, and regardless of what comes out of it, I trust these guys, and I love them. Jeremy, Akila, Justin, all these guys.
So was that this year, or when was that?
Yeah. No, wow. I was like, dude,
a lot is happening.
Any of these people.
I hope y'all start vlogging and documenting.
Trust me, that's definitely in the works. But
and what has that done for you then? Obviously, getting around. Once that happened.
Yeah, that's not even how I met them. That's just where I heard about it.
Oh, we heard about it.
And then a few months later, Emilio got an opportunity. He actually came up here and sat down with Jeremy, which is Leo. Mm-hmm. He came up here and talked to him about like being a part of it.
Yeah.
And he told him, yeah, man, like you can intern here, do whatever, blah, 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 And it just ended up being a better idea that Emilio kind of stayed at his studio. But with that, I was introduced to Jeremy through that.
Yeah.
I had DM'd him and I was like, man, that place is sick, dude. Like, let me come check it out one day. I just want to come see it. And I told him I'd pay him to come get like a tour.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah,
Well,
like
you
obviously
get it.
you don't have to pay, but and I knew he wasn't going to charge me, but offering, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
one
get
of
it.
the most important things.
Yep.
And so I showed up and yeah, he showed me everything. And honestly, we just clicked.
Yeah.
And I knew though, like it's the same thing, man. When you look into people's eyes, you know who they are and what they're.
Mm-hmm.
So I just knew when I met Jeremy that it was gonna be something crazy, and Justin was, and then I met Justin, dude, and Justin like lit up my world. Like that dude, I love Justin, bro.
That's
like,
why I told him I missed him, man. It's been too long.
literally, bro. Like I miss Justin when he's
Energy's
not around.
real, man.
No, yeah, it is.
Not to take away from anybody else,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
no, yeah, everybody up here is just amazing, bro.
And now, how are you a part of it now? If you want to mention that, because I see on your Instagram it says, you know, about recording or something, you know.
Yeah, so I do sessions up here. Like anybody can book a session with me in particular,
Gotcha.
which I haven't been doing a lot of lately. I haven't been. It's just a lot. I think a lot of people really have a hard time paying $80 an hour, and it's kind of, to me, even if I am not filthy rich, like that's still worth the investment to me.
Yeah.
Especially because they've even been mentioning going up to $100 an hour for studio time because of what they're working with. Like, you know, people don't just do this out of their house like the same extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's certain amenities that you get, like even just having a separate booth, you know, like somebody may have that in their house, but just the fact that, and then this being in a bank and you're just not in a home.
Yeah.
This is its own
Well, I
place.
can bring food here too. I always
Exactly.
bring food, so you know.
And then you can bring whoever to sit on the couch in there,
It's
whatever.
not so cramped,
like,
or,
honestly.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do sessions occasionally. Also, just recording if I'm up here, and you know, like where we have a song I would sound cool on, I'll just hop on it. I've been in a session before with Jeremy, where a girl came in and she rapped, and then for background vocals on the hook, I'd never met her. First time I met her, I went in the back and sang like, background vocals.
That's what I hope people see, that could happen.
Yeah.
If you just come and, like I tell people, even if it's once a month, get out of your normal environment.
Yeah.
And get around what's happening.
Yeah.
So why do you think? I'm just gonna say it because I've heard it a lot.
Yeah.
Why do you think people have an issue of paying? Paying.
I think
out.
it all roots from.
We talked about it briefly out there, man.
I think it comes from like people not, like if you don't get the feedback that you want, that's gonna discourage you. You know what I mean? And if you're looking for feedback and that's what's gonna drive you, you're not gonna get anywhere, because like from other opinions.
I see what you're
like
saying.
If I'm making music solely to come and ask you what you think of it, you know, like you have to be doing it because you want it because you want it.
Yeah.
You not because you want to know what this person thinks of it or because you want to know like if they want it for you. Like you got to want it for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's all. I mean, I think that's what it is a lot of these guys, like they do it because they want to hear somebody be like, "Oh, he's dope. That's cool. That's a good song." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's just not what you get out here. I don't think a lot of people, because I'll hear it now, but it's because I've worked really hard to even produce that sound, and I don't wait for it. It comes.
Oh yeah.
Positive feedback and stuff like that. But
that's a good insight into the psyche.
You just have to get past that stage of. You just have to get to a point where people can support you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all it is. And I think that's what it is. Like I said, a lot of these artists are underdeveloped. So what are they going to, they're not going to come in here and make a hit if they haven't put the practice in to do it prior to it.
Yeah.
And they might make a cool song, but I'm going to be honest with you, like it could be a great song, but if it's not performed right, or if there's even one line or one mispronunciation or one stumble, it's not a hit. Yeah. If you listen to music on the radio, it's almost perfect.
It's perfect, man.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's simple, you know, and auto-tune, like stuff like that, it's like, bro, you still have to practice that stuff. It's not.
I think I talked about it with somebody, maybe it wasn't on the pod, it was outside of it. It's just that even the mindset of most artists is that what they're laying down, they absolutely believe it's the best version of that, and it's not. Like what you hear on the radio had input from the producer, the engineer, from this person, from this. It's a curated, C-U-R-A-T-E, the curated version of what you want to put on the track. You know,
and that's why it's a hit. And but what you have to understand is like you have to invest, bro, to get to that opportunity where you have those opinions.
Sure.
You have to.
Using
bro.
that word, well, this went by fast. God dang. Using that word, I want to go into this space real quick because I think it's important that we finally have this conversation a little bit drawn out. We haven't really had it previously with any of the artists on, is the mindset of investing.
Yeah.
Do you know, Kaz, that in the small business community, most small businesses at the end of 5 years in 5 years, the first 5 years do not produce a profit.
Wow.
And they know that, and they're okay with it, and they still go with it.
Exactly.
And in the first 5 years, most small businesses, 95, actually more than that, 95% of them will shut down.
Yeah.
And then the 5% that do stay, the next 5 years, 95% of them will close their doors as well. And that's what I see. That's the conversation that I see, recurring conversation I see happening with artists out here. Is not that there's a lack of support. I feel like it's just a lack of understanding. Like when you say underdeveloped, what I associate that with is not only as an artist, but also just as a human being of understanding what's happening. Like you don't go into whatever store you're going into to buy your favorite shoes and wheel and deal. Yeah. You pay that price that they ask for, right? Exactly. And that's what I don't get about when like somebody talks about the $80 fee or things like that. Yeah. Look at where we are. Exactly. What you talking about? Man, you know what I mean? And I just think like a lot of artists don't understand that in the first year, I feel like they're trying to make a profit in the first 5 years. And it's just not realistic.
I feel like honestly though, the problem, I think there's an abundance of people who really wanted it and worked hard in places like Atlanta, like Austin and stuff like that, which you notice a lot of people are doing their own thing over there. Mm-hmm. And I think here, it doesn't matter, bro. If you're going to be a great artist, like a legendary artist, in my opinion, somebody who is around forever, you got to do it all yourself, bro. And you got to start there. You got to start in your house or in someone's house or in your bedroom with a keyboard, with a microphone. You got to learn it. And you can't rely on anybody else to teach it to you. You got to figure it out. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you just like, oh, you have the brain power to just figure it all out on the spot. You know, like it's a process. But at the same time, there's honestly no reason that if you want to be an artist that you shouldn't be able to produce, you shouldn't be able to mix, you shouldn't be able to master. Now, you're not going to be able to do everything as good as you can do one specific thing probably. But at the same time, having a knowledge of that is what even just, it's practice. That's all it is, dude. Like, it's just practice. A lot of these people don't want to pay $80 because they know they're not going to come in here and make something that's legendary. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. There's a lot of preparation that goes into that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not just you go to the studio and because they have nice equipment, you know, it's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be a hit. Yeah. Like no, like it's all about, dude. It just takes so much to develop an artist. And honestly, you said a small business takes 5 years or whatever. That's what you are as an artist. You're a small business. Yep. You are a brand. Yep. And if you're not thinking that way, then you're thinking the wrong way, honestly. Because you have to look at yourself as a brand. You have to look at yourself to market this, how you look, how you talk, your fashion. You know what I mean?
Well, and here's the thing. Most don't because they don't get it. But most people, even in the small business, have that mindset. Yeah. And what I mean by that is, in the first 5 years, if you're complaining about losses as a business or as an artist, then you've missed it. Yeah.
And it's not that you can't expect more in those first 5 years. Sure. You just can't be upset when it doesn't happen.
When it doesn't, or when there's a loss, or like working at the Buckle, they have a percentage set aside for loss. Like it's normal in business. Literally, yeah. What I see with most small business owners as well and artists is that they don't think losses are normal. Yeah. So when they have a loss, they're complaining about it, whining about it, or like getting upset about it, and it's like, dude, that's normal. Like, what do you mean? You know? Yeah. And if you can get over that out of every $100, $30 is going to be lost somewhere, then that's just accept that and keep moving. You know? Yeah. Because I think that's where I feel like that happens a lot. Is I don't want to produce the 80 or the 500 or whatever because I see it as a loss. Mm-hmm. or that it might be lost, or I may not get it back, or and it's like, well, I mean,
because what it is practice. Just like how I said, I went in and paid Platt $100 and whatever when I first started making music, and I learned almost nothing, you know. But I sat there and I was willing to lose. Which I mean, if you think about it, bro, nothing's a loss.
Exactly,
dude.
Man.
Nothing's a loss, because eventually, what you did here, or when you messed up here, or when you came in here and paid $80 and made a terrible song, what you did, if you kept going, is you understood what to do right next time.
Exactly.
So you're gaining, and then eventually, what you make out of it is gonna, all those debts are gonna be paid for. You know what I mean? Like you've lost this here, but you gained it later, dude.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
So with that is what I see happening. Since you clarified that is very good. Is I see artists and small business owners, they want somebody else to pay for their learning curve instead of you paying for your own learning curve. And that's not, to me, that's opposite. That's backwards.
Yeah.
I totally expect for myself to pay for my own learning curve, you know. That's just, I just feel like that's basic and that's normal. And I feel like that mindset could hold somebody back from
big time
moving as fast as they could.
Yeah.
And I hope that shift happens, man, because I don't see that it's a lack of support like I felt what people were saying, because I see all of you follow each other. I see all of you, you know, interacting with each other. I see the normal, you know, community interacting. So I don't think there's a lack of support.
Yeah.
But I do think what you said early on in the conversation was too many people are focused on competing with somebody else instead of just creating and they're, you know, perfecting their own craft.
And I don't even think there's anything to compete with. Like, what are you trying to compete with?
There's definitely not.
You know what I mean?
There's
like,
definitely not.
Especially unless you're dealing with a guy like you have 1,000 followers and 10 fans, and a guy has like 100,000 followers and 100,000 fans. You know, then maybe you want to compete and be like, look, okay, maybe I can do this a little bit better than he can, and it's gonna grow you. But when we're all out here and nobody's freaking Drake yet, you know what I mean? Like, why don't we just make somebody Drake real quick? And then maybe that person's going to put everybody else on, and we're going to figure it out, you know, like as a team. And part of it is, though, too, as a person. Like, if it's somebody that I like, maybe they don't make the best music, or maybe they haven't proven, you know, that they're the best artist. But, man, if you're a good person and I know that you have true intentions and your heart and your mind are in the right place, I'm here to support you. But a lot of these people aren't like that. You know what I mean? Like, they do crazy stuff, or they're all over the place, and like they don't care about anybody else and stuff like that. And it's like, at the end of the day, man, what it comes down to is like, if you're a good super you are where you're supposed to be in a lot of different ways, and it's super controversial to say religion, but even right with God, in my opinion, right in a lot of ways, you're gonna get good things out of it, man. But if you're doing those crazy stuff and
manifesting
you're being a crazy person, like, that's exactly what you're gonna get back.
I like that statement you said. If you're in the right place in a lot of areas, manifesting things, creating opportunities, however you want to look at it, possibilities. Not to say they become easier. Dude, if you know the real story, like even about my own personal story, about what's happening right now in my own personal life, you know how much faith I have to show up here, you know, how much faith I had to be able to launch this. Like, let me tell you something. In 2020, I'm not going to fake the funk. You either up or you down because of what happened with the past. I'm down, bro. Like, this is the worst as an adult and as a man, as a human being. This is the worst year of my life financially and a whole bunch of other stuff. All I had was enough for one episode to pay this fee. And I launched it. Almost every day, I'll just be transparent. I don't complain about these things. I'm saying them just to be transparent. And I'm gonna get back to the point. I don't have the gas to come up here every time I come up here. Type stuff. But I try to be in the right place, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that I have faith in God to be able to do what He needs to do.
Get back to where you need to be.
Exactly. And then 21 episodes, we're still here, you know? And I think I'm glad you brought that up, man. I think it's a very big piece of being a human. And then when you're going after your goals and dreams, if you're not in the right place, then what do you expect to like? Are you either into burning bridges or building them? And if you're into burning them, well, what type of fruit you think is gonna come from that? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you'll be able to see it. And you can't put blame on anybody else or anything else. And there's always something to complain about, like you said. What are you choosing to focus on? You know, I could very rarely. That's probably the first time anybody has heard that.
Even just bring it up
because,
existence.
well, I mean about the struggles that I have.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You don't ever, you see me, exactly, coming around and complaining to people or talking, because none of those things actually matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I focus on what really matters and the good things of life, like the word says. You know, focus on all that is good. You know, all the day long type stuff. And if you focus on what is bad all the day long, well, what do you know? It's good. That's what's gonna come about.
It's like, and that's just back to the basics, man. Like that's the tongue. That's how powerful your mind is. Man. That's exactly. People be. I mean, man, you'd be surprised. Like firsthand example. I play golf. I like to play golf.
Okay, sweet.
Right? So it's my favorite sport. I'll line up. About to hit the ball, right here on my backswing. I tell myself, "You messed up." Mess it up 100% of the time. 100% of the time. There's not one time where I'll say that and it's a good shot. I promise you. And it's because I told myself that.
Yep.
And that's the only reason. Literally, bro. Every time it happens. But if I line up there and I'm 100% confident, and sometimes I can't control those thoughts. Sometimes I'll be here and I'll just say it, and I don't even mean to say it, and it happens. But in those few times where you're 100% confident, nothing gets in your way, and you're in your element, you're there, man, perfect. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a small scale of what this whole big picture is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're either going to be negative, and negative things are going to happen, or you're going to be positive. That's why there's a balance of good and evil in the world.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So there's inevitably, there's going to be, even if you get good, there's going to be bad, unfortunately. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For sure. You're either going to see obstacles or opportunities.
Exactly.
Even when the obstacle presents itself, you're going to continue to see it, or you're going to see an opportunity in it, and then just grow from it. And I hope, just in that little bit of conversation, that somebody gets something out of that is, if you're looking at your own life and you're wondering how you're going to be able to reach this goal or create this opportunity that you have in front of you, and it's on your mind, it's the desires of your heart, God's going to, you absolutely believe that it's aligned with what he wants for you and your purpose, and you can't keep your eyes off of the obstacle, where you're continuing to perpetuate that obstacle by focusing on it, relishing in it, dwelling on it.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to grow outside of that or grow from that, reach out to somebody. Don't try to first off, do life alone.
Exactly. And
don't try to overcome that alone if you can't see the possibility,
Exactly.
So, and that's what I hope happens inside of all these conversations, is that people get some type of game, nugget, whatever it is, to get to the next day.
Yeah. But
sometimes the next day or the next hour is all we can see. And if that's all you can see, then that's okay. You're not the only one.
Big time. It's easy. I mean, it's easy, bro, to get in that mindset of being like, man, I'm trapped. You know what I mean? But there's a lot more than just what that is.
There is, man.
There's definitely a lot of long-term solutions to temporary problems.
I mean, it's a very good statement, for sure.
Yeah.
Don't let your own environment limit what you think is possible. I try to live in the land of possibility. I really live out here in the abstract a lot, but I also have the ability to make, see the practical. But I try not to live in reality, because if I live in reality right now, I mean, I do, but if I lived in my own reality, man, I got a sob story.
Exactly.
Right? But who wants, again, that's misery, man. No, I don't want that. First off.
Have you seen that movie, Yes Man, with Jim Carrey?
I haven't, man.
You need to watch it.
Okay. Is it like the yes theory, where they say yes to everything and all these possibilities happen?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. I don't know where I saw the yes theory.
Probably something from that.
Probably from that. I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago.
No, it's it's a real old movie.
But that's a concept that was embedded in my subconscious, where I say yes to things.
Yeah.
And then,
because that's the faith. Me watching that movie even just changed my mindset a lot. And it's funny because it's like supposed to be a comedy movie or whatever, but dude, that's like little things like that, man. When you just acknowledge it and just think about it a little bit, it can really help you out. Like, that's what you're feeding yourself, man. It's super important too.
And we talked about it with another guest about, being an artist has got to be one of the ultimate tests of faith, You know
Big
what I'm
time.
saying? So you're either gonna live in faith or you're gonna live in fear.
Yeah.
That's I guess the point of that bit of conversation. If you join us, we're about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes into it. Man, that goes by so fast.
Yeah, it does.
Thanks for joining us. I haven't even looked at the comments. If there's anything that you resonated with, anything that stood out, please let us know in the comments. Do not forget, it's going to be every Wednesday at 6, right?
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, 6 p.m., JS Studios, live reviews.
Oh.
It may be pre-recorded.
Okay, now. Well, it's not going to be, I think it's every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday, okay.
So it won't be this week, but it'll be the following week.
Okay, 6 p.m. If you missed the last one, the live one yesterday, you can go watch it. It's on the Facebook. It's on the YouTube as well. There may be a little technical difficulties, but I think it was still a great first one.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it.
There's a lot of engagement, a lot of interaction. I'm definitely excited just in general for the artists out here to have that type of feedback and criticism, especially like that in the studio. That was really dope.
Yeah.
And just a testament to what's happening out here, what's going to happen. Plug in. You know, if you find yourself down and out in a funk, then either turn one of these on or get around, you know, what's happening. Like, I know for a fact there's nobody involved with JS Studios that is gonna push you out. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the arms here are real open. Everybody's welcoming. This is definitely something that hasn't been done out here, so don't hesitate and don't be shy to plug in and reach out and just get to know people, have conversations. Kaz, thanks for this. Is well, the first conversation was brief because it was about 3 months ago with Leo and Sierra. So this is I gotta have them on individually. This was our first conversation with you, so thanks for coming, man. You came all the way from Midland, so that is a little bit of drive, especially through the traffic. Thanks for having the conversation that we've had so far. That first bit, again, that was all God. I guess it felt like we needed to go down that. I bet we both had ideas of what we wanted to say on here, and they went the way it went, which is what I like about it. Is there any last minute thing you want to say? Anything you want to add? Any encouragement? You got this visual dropping. November 14th. At the destination in Midland, Texas, off of Florida. If you haven't been to the destination, you need to go, period. But you should go this night as your first time.
Man,
it's definitely a venue like no other venue out here.
I agree.
You do not feel like you're in Midland.
Sick, dude.
The entire area with the food trucks, with the games, outside games, the seating area, the stage, it's just a whole vibe. You're going to be there, can I say opening for Aquila? Right? Performing with Aquila. If you don't know who Aquila is, he's going to be on next Thursday. We're definitely going to promote the destination and his show that's coming up. So you're going to be able to buy tickets tomorrow. We know for a fact.
Well, so the tickets are already available.
The tickets are available. There's only 300.
There's a flyer that's posted on Keela's Facebook, my Facebook. It's got a number for VIP. I think those may be sold out. Those were sold out the day that it was available. But the individual tickets, you can buy them on
Eventbrite. Okay.
There, I have a link to it. But also, we're gonna be going around
physical tickets
tomorrow.
And I've seen them. They look live. I can't wait to post them.
We're going to go around tomorrow to like Midland Mall, Odessa Mall, hit all the stores, all the store managers, all that stuff. We're not going to give anybody a ticket until they pay for it, obviously. But
if you want to buy a physical ticket, reach out to me or JS Studios or Kaz. It's or Aquila.
Hey Kaz, this you on Instagram.
Let everybody know where they can find you on all the platforms real quick, man.
So everything's the same.
Okay.
Hey Kaz, this you.
Hey Kaz,
hey Kaz, this you? Like that type thing. So that was my producer tag. That's
nice.
If you listen to beats that I make, that was my tag. It's not anymore.
Okay.
But
if you want a physical ticket, reach out to one of us. One of us will get it to you somehow. You've heard it. You're not gonna get one unless you pay.
I mean definitely. So.
There is limited seating, so get a ticket.
There are going to be more than 300 people there.
We're going to push it really hard. I feel like you're going to push it really hard.
There are going to be more than 300 people there. So
you can also buy out a booth or a section if you got you and a crowd and you want to all sit together. There's probably like 10 of them available.
I think they're sold out.
Oh, that's the one you're telling you sold out?
VIP.
Oh, shit.
That's
damn.
considered VIP. They're
See,
already
out of
gone,
there.
bro.
Okay.
They were gone the day of.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
done.
Dude, when everybody figured
So
out.
get your single ticket. What else? What else going on? You got this new visual out or video out called On Me featuring Big Boy NASA on YouTube.
Sir.
Make sure you look it up. That's CAS On Me featuring Big Boy NASA, just like it's spelled or just like it sounds.
Spaceship.
What's coming up? What can people expect from you, man?
Yeah,
what are you
just
working on?
All kinds of stuff, man. I have so much music that I don't even know what I want to put out.
Okay.
It's so,
do you have
it's
anything,
so good. That
do you have
I
anything
just,
for
like,
sure that you're going to drop in the next month or so?
Not for sure. I have
Okay.
a lot of unreleased stuff, man,
Okay.
that I would love to play sometime, to be critiqued a little bit. I know I love it. I know the people around me love it, but hearing another opinion is good sometimes, like other people.
Yeah.
Even if it's you or whatever, But nah, really, man, just moving forward, I'm going to be doing that concert, and if everything goes good, I'll be doing more concerts, shows, opening, and I have a few songs that I'm really thinking about dropping, putting out singles. I'm doing singles until it's time for a project, and when it's time for that, it's time, but it's not right now. Right now it's time to to build that fan base with singles, and
you got your strategy for sure.
Yeah, it's already so that's all it is, man. I got a lot of great music and a lot of great people in my life.
You doing any features? If anybody want to feature from you?
Yeah, we'll discuss that in the DM.
If you listen,
I just paid. It's crazy. Like obviously I can do it all myself, but I just paid $400 for a feature.
Let's go.
So
I get it, man.
Invest in yourself, bro.
I get
That's
it.
all you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe it'll pay off. It's gonna pay off.
If you have a strategy behind it,
better chance.
Every
That's
feature
for
can.
sure.
Yeah,
bro. So yeah, man. I mean, it's never like that's what. Recently, I had somebody hit me up to be on a song. Somebody that's had just finished telling me about the money that they had.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like an industry person.
Yeah. Wow.
And who actually reached out to us to do a contract, like 2 albums, 2 singles, all this stuff.
Like a project.
And he had another artist, and it was going to be a deal, and he wanted to sign a deal with all of us, like a record deal. And I was like, okay, so we're still going to meet with this guy, and see what he's about.
Man, let's go.
But
that's in the loop. You don't get too much after that.
But a couple weeks later, he DM'd me and asked me if I'd be on a song. And when I asked him for money for the feature, he was like, oh, well, no, like I do this myself. Like, man, like I do, and I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, that just told me a lot is what happened.
And that does tell you a lot.
Because the only time I'm going to get on a song is if I like it.
Yeah.
It's going to be for free if I like it or I believe in that person or I contributed to like 90% of it. Like if I made the beat, the person came in the studio, we made it together, cool, perfect. But the way that I'm going, and I'm not looking at myself like I am going to be nothing. I'm looking at myself like I'm a legend.
Thank you.
And to be early.
That's what I'm saying.
To find an early legend like that and have him on your song, regardless if I'm underdeveloped and maybe I am not the artist that I'm going to be in a year, in 10 years. Or maybe I am. I don't know. We'll see. But it's. I know.
If you want to be treated like a professional, then
you gotta
act like
value,
a professional,
man.
You gotta know your value, man.
But yeah, see, and that's why it's hard, man. Because some of these people are full. It's like confusing, man. That's why I'm saying it's just crazy. Because some people believe that their value is up here, and to me and you, it's not. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's nothing to do with that person, but what they produce. So I don't know, man. There's just it's so open ended, and you could just talk about it and get lost and.
It is and it isn't.
Yeah.
We know where it's not.
See, but and it's we know what sounds good, you know what I mean? But my favorite artist of all time is Drake, and some people hate Drake. Some people think Drake is a terrible artist.
Yeah.
Which to me, I don't know how that's even possible. Somebody could not like Drake, you know what I mean? But to somebody else, they're want to throw up when they hear him. And that's why I feel that's why it's so confusing, man. Because some of these artists that think they're this, how am I gonna, you know what I mean?
The market is definitely going to determine.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel
that's a big thing.
Once the market says what it says,
Exactly. No, but I think that's true.
That's why I think it's important. I know that you pay I don't know if you've seen it, but the food community.
Yeah.
It's $50 for them to post your track, and you get 100, 200 comments of feedback.
Yeah.
Now, yes, they're in the West Coast and you're the California, so they're going to have a different ear.
Yeah.
But at least you get something, right? Don't pay attention to the jerks on there.
Yeah.
But you can pay at Stay Down Productions, Say Cheese TV. There's a bunch of little small, you know, blogs, things like that. But if you want real feedback and not, what do they call it? Like a sounding board from your local community, then pay outside blogs to, you know, post your stuff or something like. Because how do you really know?
Yeah.
You know, like what Miggs is doing with the, you know, boosting, and he's, you know, I see him all the freaking time. I gotta I've seen this ad too much, but on Instagram. No, but you know,
that's what. Yeah, and that's what I think. That's what should root that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the only reason I am so confident, one of the reasons is because I've seen myself win competitions where I'm in a competition with 30 other people, and I put a song, and I'm number one.
Yeah.
So, you know, like that's a moment where you got to acknowledge that and be like, all right, bro, that's confidence. You take that and you do better with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But work until you get that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Don't get discouraged because you're number 10.
Yeah.
You know, like figure out how you're going to become number 1. That's the best way to do it, honestly. And
no, I agree with that.
That's
definitely
as straightforward as I can be about it, to be honest.
If you go and you look up Kaz, you're on Spotify.
Apple Music,
okay.
YouTube,
CAS, same thing.
Yep, Kaz, CAS.
And you enjoy the music, you rock with it, you vibe with it. You want to reach out to him. Just know you might get, you know, it might be a charge, so don't get upset about it.
Yeah.
Based on what Kaz is, I don't know much about the stuff you're working on, man.
Legendary, bro.
But I do know who you're hanging out with. So yeah, I feel like it is going to be legendary. I know it's going to be legendary. Yeah, thanks again for having this conversation, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
I feel honored with everybody that comes on here, because just because I see what I see doesn't mean somebody's going to grow into it.
Yeah.
But I still feel honored, like, man, I got that, you know, this type of conversation, and a lot of people, the first interview type stuff. So I'm excited to look back in 5 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
And hopefully this isn't the last time. I don't think it is. And then just kind of be like, man, that's a good, what do they call it? Nostalgic, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
that's crazy, man.
If you joined us for the last hour and a half, we appreciate the support. Make sure that, if you're just now joining us for the first time and you vibe with the podcast, that you're sharing it with, those around you. If you don't vibe with this particular one, join the next one. Watch the other 20 that we've had, Facebook or YouTube. There's something that you're going to get out of each one. They're at least an hour long. Some of them are an hour and a half long. We're going to start producing clips at some point. Be consistently, at least. I've been inconsistent with that. So this can't happen without the 432 and the core support that we have out here. Again, this is an In the Loop production. We're live at JS Studios, downtown Odessa. You can book an appointment, jsstudios.net. Even the podcast is available for you. I'm not the only one that has a podcast idea. You got a podcast idea, they got all the capabilities to produce it for you. 2 studios. Studio B is almost done. It'll be a different rate than this one. If you got a band, we had our first band, Young Bloods Band, this past week. This studio over here, Studio A, I guess you could say, is more fit for that. If you got a band and you're out here and you want to record something professionally and you never have, I encourage you to. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, I don't know, wear some shoes, produce something, get out of the funk. I don't know,
man.
Something.
Be positive, stay positive.
Be positive,
That's
stay
the best
positive.
thing to say.
Especially right now.
Positive mindset. Be hopeful.
Be hopeful.
Have faith.
Thank you, man. Be grateful.
That's it, man. That's all you can do sometimes.
And that's it. Thanks for joining us, and we out.
Yes, sir. GG, man.
Dude, doesn't that go by fast?
Yeah, it does. It's
crazy. I'm gonna play a thing around the way out.
Did you already end it or what?
Well, I'm playing the music.
Oh man, I ain't got no hoes. I ain't got no girl. Man, this day bugging for real though.
Sometimes, man, I.
You know what? Let me call Kaz real quick. Let me see what he's doing.
Right now,
Hey, Kaz,
What's up, bro?
what you be doing?
I literally actually, like, I have nothing to do. Like, I'm actually just hanging out.
Bro, let's make something up tonight, bro. Hey, you think about pool party? What's up? What about the shotties too? What's up? Please, bro, I need this, like, for real, for real.
You're crazy, bro.
Bro,
I'm down.
please,
I mean, I
bro,
don't, like I said, I'm not doing anything, so just give me a time, bro. I'll come.
Bro, just pull up. We'll talk about it later. All right? I'll handle the rest. All right, I promise. All right, bye.
Can you tell the city? Can you tell the city where the person you're paying?
Holding you close, I'm by your side here forever.
You don't know those guys? Oh man.
Let's take our time, egos aside. I'm so ready for this.
I told somebody I'm behind.
It's on me, on me, on me, on me. It's on me, on me, on me, on me. You know I'm honest when I talk. I'ma tell you what's up, you ain't caught up since I'm lost in those eyes. You remind